muchas gracias por estar una vez más aquí en el Entre Nos de Sattwa. Hoy día tenemos a una invitada muy especial, una invitada a la que conocí en mi pasaje por el Centro Chopra, y ella muy amablemente ha concedido al Entre Nos esta entrevista. Ella es la doctora Vaidya, como se dice en la India, ¿cierto? Manisha Kshirsagar. Ella, la doctora Manisha Kshirsagar se graduó de la Universidad de Pune en India con una licenciatura en Medicina y Cirugía Ayurvédica. También está entrenada en el Colegio Indio de Naturopatía y calificada como instructora de yoga del renombrado Instituto Kaivalya Dham en India. También es una esteticista licenciada en Estados Unidos. La doctora Manisha ha estado enseñando Ayurveda y yoga por más de 25 años. Se especializa en la salud de la mujer y del niño, el cuidado de la piel y los tratamientos de belleza natural. Actualmente es directora del Ayurvedic Healing Institute, que está en California, donde ofrece consultas ayurvédicas de cuidado de la piel, así como también da talleres regulares sobre nutrición y cocina ayurvédica, y también de belleza y cuidados de la piel, panchakarma y formulaciones a base de hierbas. Ella ha diseñado con éxito suplementos herbales, líneas de cuidados de la piel, alimentos ayurvédicos y té medicinales para varias empresas nutracéuticas. Es autora publicada de Ayurveda, un manual de referencia rápida, y Belleza Encantadora, que en inglés es Enchanting Beauty. Un libro que yo realmente siempre lo tengo muy cerca mío, y muchas de las recetas que yo comparto son de la doctora Manisha. Ella en ese libro, en Belleza Encantadora, también da antiguos secretos de la belleza interior y exterior, y sobre todo duradera, que es lo que siempre nosotros buscamos y el Ayurveda nos ofrece. Y también, por supuesto, es catedrática de varias facultades. Thank you very much, Dr. Manisha, for being here. Thank you very much for giving me this time. It's just, I'm very, very grateful to have you here.
Thank you very much for the introduction. I almost got everything.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And thank you for having me on your show. And I really appreciate who you are and your work. So keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Coming from you means a lot to me. Thank you very much, Dr. Manisha. Well, today we are going to talk about breast health, right? Mm-hmm. Dr. Manisha, what is the approach of Ayurveda to breast health?
It's a very good question. It's a very good subject, because I think every woman should know about, the breast health, and she should take care of her breast in a timely manner. Yeah. So it is very important, because what we see nowadays, it's many women are, getting some kind of problems or issues with the breast, and we know how are the cancer or other breast problems are growing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Significantly, even though we have good solutions nowadays with all the modern, techniques and with the modern medicine, so survivor rates are good.
Yeah.
But still, many women are having these kind of problems. Since you asked about Ayurveda, so we will learn about more. What is rasa dhatu and what is the breast tissue. It's all about that.
Yeah.
But women is the origin of progeny, and women are the one who breastfeed humanity, and the civilization is cradle. Yeah. So there are 3 extra channels in our body, than male. So 2 breast and 1 is uterus. Okay. So according to Ayurveda, so when we talk about women and men, so all the organs, all the hormones, everything is same, but we do have these 3 extra channels. Okay. And that is the purpose. And that's why, we give a lot of emphasis, especially in women's health, how we can give nourishment to our reproductive system. Okay. Because as you know, rasa dhatu, so the first tissue, so whatever we eat, after digestion, our body creates rasa dhatu, so the first tissue. Okay. It's, you can say it's plasma. So that is the fine nourishment, from the digestion. And so that's how we get strength from that first tissue. There are some different other tissues, but the first tissue is important. So it is very important in Ayurveda is to keep your Agni strong and to have good digestion. So whenever you will have good digestion, so you will create a good rasa dhatu. And after that rasa dhatu, so that's the first tissue, which has 2 sub tissues. The one is menstruation, and the other is breast milk. So these sub tissues, these are important in our women's health. So in order to work on or give more strength to this sub tissue, also we need to work on the rasa dhatu. In order to work on our rasa dhatu, we need to work on our digestion and Agni.
It's amazing, Dr.
And
Manisha.
so it is so amazing. So this rasa dhatu, which is more liquid, which has like kind of white in color, it's cooling in nature. And after that, when we when we have the menstruation, that the sub tissue, that is kind of Agni Pradhan, it's like Pitta, it's more like fire, it's more warm, and the nutrients which goes to the breast tissue, that breast milk, it is cooling. It is Kapha Pradhan. It is,
it's nurturing like Kapha.
Yes, it's Kapha. So these are the 2 opposites, the same from the Rasa Dhatu, from the same tissue. These are the 2 opposite, like hot and cold, these sub tissues. So it is very amazing. And so that's why in women's health, we give a lot of emphasis to rasa dhatu, because all our menstruation and in this breast health depends upon this rasa dhatu.
And it's amazing that it's together with digestion, because normally nobody knows that information, right? And it's why digestion is so, it's not important, especially Occidental, part of the world. Don't pay much attention to digestion. And for Ayurveda, digestion, it's everything to keep your Agni, your fire.
And so the statistic shows that every minute, somewhere in the world, a woman die from breast cancer. Can you believe this? Every minute. So there are 1440 minutes in a day.
Wow.
There are 1440 minutes in a day. So 1440 women die every day somewhere in the world from the breast cancer. So it is
amazing.
It is, and there are almost, the statistic shows it's 300,000 invasive breast cancer diagnosed each year, and 50,000 breast cancer related deaths each year. So global epidemic, I would say it's epidemics, 2 million cases each year worldwide.
Now,
it is very scary. It is very scary.
Yeah, and it's getting younger and younger also. Because before it was like you were, 40-ish, but now it's like you can hear from girls at 20-something years old that got breast cancer.
Yeah. So when we talk about breast, according to Ayurveda, this is the source of nourishment. Yes, it is the source of nourishment. So during motherhood, baby feels more secure. So, so it's mom when breastfeeds, so baby feels it's more nurtured. It's a bonding, it's a connection. So there is oxytocin, which we call, it's like cuddling hormone, which is important for babies. And so how breast milk is important, breastfeed is important, and so we all know about that.
Yes.
Another important thing I would like to mention here. So the location of the breast. So it is close to our heart. It is close to Anahat chakra.
Yes.
Close to heart chakra. So what I see in my practice, whenever you have problem in your left breast, it's definitely it comes from emotion. Definitely it comes from, it's mental or some kind of emotional, it's more stress or frustration, whatever it is. And whenever there is problem in the right side of breast, so it is more like, pitta predominant, it's more like fire, it's agni, it's anger, irritable, it's inflammation. Because when you see the subtle energetics, it's left and right. So left side is more predominant with lunar. Right side is more predominant with solar energy. Left side is like Ida and right side is Pingala, or yin and yang, masculine, feminine. All these things is like, when we learn about yoga, when we learn about Ayurvedic Abhyanga, the massage, so how it is important to balance your left and right energy. It is really important, because you see, yes, someone has breast cancer only in the right breast, the left breast is fine. If someone has problem only in the left side, the right side is fine. If you have pain in knee joint, only right knee joint and left knee joint is fine. So these are the left and right, these are the subtle energetics what we have. So we need to consider that according to these Vedic sciences. Solar and lunar, you can say Shiva and Shakti, yin and yang, masculine and feminine. And so when we have these spiritual sciences, yoga and Ayurvedic massage, you can do, even exercise like bicycling or swimming. When you do just simple walking, when you do, use your left side or left arms and right arms and left leg and right leg, all these things. So that balances your whole system, that balances your whole energy, and it doesn't create any imbalance with right and left.
Exactly.
Okay. So that is also, it's good to know. And according to Ayurveda, when you talk about, so when we look at Vata Prakriti or Vata constitution, so Vata breasts are more like tendency of having, the feeling cold or more dry, or there, sometimes it's cracked nipples, or women have less fat, or they are more prone for blockages in their ducts. Okay. Pitta women, which has already fire more predominant, Agni is predominant, so you will feel more warm and soft, and the skin is more like pink or reddish in color, but they are more like mass, it's like their muscles is more, and they have more, so their breasts are more firm. But since the pitta is high, so they are prone for the inflammation, they are prone for the abscess, they are prone for the fibrocystic breast. And in Kapha women, which has already more tendency of fat tissue, so that's why they are prone for kind of lumps or like lumpy breast, infections, lymphatic stagnation, all those things. So we need to look at constitution, we need to look at this rasa dhatu, and all this vata pitta kapha differentiation in order to work on our breast health.
Dr. Manisha, and what about women who has, like, for example, one breast larger than the other one, and they are born like
that? Sometimes, yes, they are born like that, but unless you have any imbalance, means unless you feel your one breast is different with some signs and symptoms, then definitely you need to look into that. Definitely it is a kind of problem.
But if you don't have any problem,
if you don't have any problem, then that is natural. Because why that happens, after delivery, when during breastfeeding, so sometimes if you use one breast more often, and that's how it then another, that's how
you become if we can say one gets bigger than the other one. But sometimes girls are born with the different with one breast is smaller than the other one, but if it doesn't have any problem or any pain or anything,
they don't need to.
Just something nature.
It is, yes, it is.
It's amazing the information that you just gave us, Dr. Manisha, the ones about left breast and right breast. It's amazing how Ayurveda has answered for everything, and then, for example, for somebody who is having some emotional problems or had like a deep grief or something, it will be very useful for her to have like a emotional freedom, if we can say, do something to have more emotional support.
Definitely she should seek some help for her emotional support. And means that's the problem nowadays. What I see, women are so busy with their work at home, taking care of their family, and they put their health on the back burner, and so they don't take care of themselves, and this suddenly something happens, and then so definitely self-care is important, I would say.
Thank you for that information. It's just I was writing down. Dr. Manisha, what are the common breast disease and how can we manage them, apart, from cancer, that nowadays we are having more and more breast cancer in women? But another common, breast disease that we can also prevent, and how can we manage that?
There are different imbalances or different problems during different ages. So during teenage, so some what I see in my practice, so some girls, they come for more development on because it is, the breasts are like sign of self-image, or
Yeah,
just
yes,
esteem,
yeah,
or it's more like attractiveness, or it's like it's a kind of sexual organ. And so
yeah,
some teenagers, they are kind of concerned with their development of breast. It's not,
yeah,
they're and some teenagers, so they are having it's more fat, and they have more breast size, and so they are concerned that also. Yeah. And so there are some Ayurvedic herbs that if someone would like to, increase more the breast
yeah,
size, and so more development and the proper development. So like Shatavari, which has phytoestrogens,
yeah,
and yeah, and good nutritive tonics like from Ayurvedic herbs,
mhm,
like Bala or Ashwagandha or Vidari. All these are different herbs which gives more strength to your Mamsa Dhatu, your muscles, and your Meda Dhatu, your fat. Okay, because your breast tissue is like a full of fat.
yes, yes. Yeah, it's why when you lose weight, you lose the breast too.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
And so as well as exercise is important. So weight training, so weight bearing exercises, if they do, so
yeah,
that will help to, proper development of a breast. So that's for teenage problems. When they start menstruation, so that time also, so sometimes have problem with the tenderness in the breast, or sometimes it's that is kind of one sign of PMS. So
yeah.
before menstruation they will have a
Either.
tenderness in the breast, and then after menstruation it will diminish. Sometimes they will feel fibrocystic changes in the breast, so that
Yeah,
is also in teenage year. During your main pitta age, so uh, these are most common things like fibrocystic breast, or sometimes lump, or sometimes cyst.
yeah.
And during menopause age,
Menopause.
around
Yeah,
50, yeah. So there are, so most breast cancers, they develop around the age of 50, and that's what all the modern medicines, all the doctors, what they are talking about. So early screening is really important. So around 40, you have to do, thermography or mammogram and all those things. And so you need to, you know, take charge of your breast health. Definitely, it's a prevention is important. So you will prevent the breast cancer. Yeah. And so these are kind of common issues like lymph node, or lump, or tumor, or there are different types of cancers like ductal carcinoma, or all those things. And whenever you will feel any lump, any skin color changes, or any swelling, or any pain, or redness from the, around the breast, inflammation, you feel your breasts are more warm to touch, or is there any discharge from the nipple, or is any different changes if you feel in your nipple. It's like inverted nipple, or more cracked nipple, or anything like that. So all these unusual signs and symptoms that, or in the breast changes, um, definitely these are you need to take care of. So
yeah.
yeah, so these are common breast problems, and these are the common signs and symptoms, so you should not ignore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you have to prevent them. That will be an easy. Yeah, we can say that will be the way to prevent, no,
Yeah,
to prevent
yeah,
breast cancer or any
yeah,
breast issue.
yeah, yeah.
And
During breastfeeding, there is a very um, common problem. It's called abscess. So that's because of the, it's like more the mammary gland problem with the milk, the milk production and all those things. So that is a little bit different. Yeah.
It's like my mom. My mom wanted to breastfeed me, but she couldn't because her mammalian glands were closed. And she tried everything, But we didn't know Ayurveda at that time because I know that Ayurveda will have a solution for that, right? But she suffered a little bit because, it was swollen and full of milk and she couldn't. Dr. Manisha, you mentioned some of the treatments that we have for that Ayurveda have for breast health. Can you repeat that for me, please? Because I know I always tell everybody that you do not take anything, even if it's herb, without consulting a doctor, right? An Ayurvedic doctor. And but I would like to, to know what treatments offer, Ayurveda for breast health.
Basically, Ayurveda talks about the preventive measurements. And so most like lifestyle changes. Okay. So diet. Screening is important. The main thing is detoxification. Okay. Stress management, and as well as taking care of your emotions, so emotional health. So all 4 or 5 things is like, diet and lifestyle changes, exercise. So in lifestyle, so definitely it comes, diet, exercise, and sleep. These are the 3 main pillars of your health. You have learned that.
Yes.
You want to make sure you are sleeping very well. You want to make sure you are good energy. You want to make sure you are doing some kind of exercises. And especially when it comes to breast health, what I was talking about earlier, that left and right. So in order to balance your whole system, the yoga is great exercise, especially to prevent breast health. And there are wonderful research on breast health and yoga and breast health and pranayama, and how you can keep your prana moves, because whenever there is a blockage, especially cancer cells. So according to Ayurveda, we say each and every cell has its own intelligence, its own memory. And so when it creates some kind of blockage in the prana, when the channels are clogged or blocked or plugged, then prana doesn't flow properly. Exactly. And so those cells, they behave, they kind of misbehave. And so they lose their memory, they lose their intelligence. And so that's how we say, the bad cells are kind of, and they multiply, very fast, grow very fast. And that's what the, it conversion from good cells to bad cells, and those bad cells multiply very easy, very fast. And the good cells, so we need how we can prevent the good cells and how we can slow down the bad cells multiplication. So that's how it is. Ayurveda look at the lymphatic channels and all your prana, it should flow properly. And so how we can cleanse or detoxify your lymphatic system, that is important. Because when it comes to the breast health, the whole armpit, there are some lymph nodes, and how the lymphatic flows around the breast and in the armpit. So it is really important. So I would highly recommend, I always talk to my clients that please do not use harsh deodorant, because that blocks the lymphatics, that blocks the, your breast tissue cannot, your body cannot detoxify that area when you are using harsh with lots of chemicals, that's deodorant, because sweating is important. That's how your body will cool down your system. When you sweat, you will feel, cool internally. That's how all the toxins, all the heat, the inflammation, the excess pitta, everything go out when you sweat. So sweating is important. So in when I talk about this exercise, yes, make sure you sweat every day. Yeah. Because Ayurveda talks about these 3 different malas. So sweat, urine, and stool. So every day, yes, every day we want to make sure it flows properly. Yeah.
Yes.
So many women, when I ask, they don't sweat. Or I don't sweat at all. And so, we need to work on our lymphatic system. And whenever your lymphatic system is good, then that's how you will improve your immune system.
Yeah.
And so it is really, I would say it's highlight here. So use any natural deodorant, or do not use any harsh chemicals deodorant, and do not block those lymphatics, and sweat it out. Okay.
Perfect. And Dr. Manisha, you were saying about yoga and breath.
Yoga and meditation. Yeah. So all these, your lifestyle. So everybody has stress, and that is the biggest culprit nowadays for all problems. And the stress that, increases your cortisol level, that gives imbalance to your pineal gland. Because pineal gland is responsible for your emotional health. Pineal gland is connected to your thyroid gland. Thyroid gland is connected to its major gland. It's connected to your, ovaries, which is related to your menstruation, and all those things. So they are these endocrine glands. They are connected to each other internally, and they are responsible for their functions. And whenever you have excess stress, excess cortisol level, that affects on your emotional level, that affects on your thyroid, that affects on your ovaries. That means that creates imbalance in your hormones, that creates imbalance in your ovaries. So that messes up your menstruation, either irregularity in the menstruation, or heavy bleeding, or fibrocystic breast, mood swings. It's all headaches, migraines, cramps. There's so many things because of this hormonal imbalance. And so detoxification is really important. How we can detoxify our system means God has given us this, the menstruation process. It's for cleansing. It's for detoxification.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the natural cleansing. But not many teenagers or women has regular menses.
Yeah.
Either they are taking lots of other things, or they are on some hormonal patches. They don't want to deal with the menstruation, especially teenager girls. Yeah. So they don't get menstruation couple of years. And so they don't know that they need to get menstruation regular in every month. They say, no, I don't want to deal with that. Okay. So that is not good. So this cleansing, it's all this apana vayu, which is responsible for our the whole pelvic area, all the reproductive health and everything. So yes, detoxification is definitely a big role when it comes to holistic approach. There are, we talked about yoga, meditation. There are some different herbs or different, spices when you incorporate in your diet. Um, it's a wonderful thing. It's simple things, but it's really helps. So when we talk about this lymphatic and around the breast tissue, so you should do lymphatic massage, and you should do the breast massage, and you should do, some massage that will help to your lymphatics. And so you can clean your lymphatics, so your
The Abhyanga is a very good, right?
Because if you do towards the lymphatics, upward direction. So that's how you need to do. Yeah. So that is really important to, massage yourself. So do it, during shower, before bed. You can use some oil, sesame oil, coconut oil. According to your constitution, there are some herbal oils that helps to facilitate the lymph flow. All these things are simple. You can use any aromatherapy which helps for the lymphatic system, like bergamot or even lemongrass. If you have any emotional imbalance, you can use some lavender or rose or jasmine, even sandalwood. All these simple things in that all comes in your lifestyle changes. So definitely you need to work on your daily routine, which Ayurveda talks about a whole lot. Yeah, how you can, yes, how you will manage your daily routine, and how you will improve your immune system. Yeah, how you will keep your prana flow, that is important.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Dr. Manisha. And Hatha Yoga, it will be a very good one, right? Because it's both channels, solar and lunar.
Solar and lunar. Yes, that is important. Yeah.
I don't want to take more of your time. Go ahead. Tell me, Dr. Manisha.
No, means all these things. Yes, especially you talk about hatha yoga, left and right. So definitely yoga helps. It regulates the endocrine system. It regulates the left and right sides. It balances the hormones. It strengthens your immune system. It has a wonderful, benefit on your emotional health. It purifies your lymphatic system. It purifies your circulatory system, and all these things are important. Especially some postures like inverted positions, which has more blood flow towards your head, neck and shoulder area, which helps to reduce your stress. Whenever we have more stress in our system, so when we go more in fight and flight mode, that time if you do some forward bend, so that helps for your sympathetic nervous system. So there are some even sun salutations are important for lymphatic flow. Then the stretchings, some anything, all these yoga postures, it's amazing in terms of breast health. In terms of nutrition, make sure you eat good vegetables and fruits, whole grains, and with some spices. Okay. So which has more vitamins, which has abundant in bioflavonoids or good fiber. It is important. I always tell my clients, add at least 1 tablespoon of flax seeds if you want to take care of your breast health. It will help for, any lump, any fibrocystic changes, because flaxseed has lignan, and then it helps to bind excess estrogen. if we are circulating in our system that bad estrogen, so it will bind to that and then it will come out through stool. As well as make sure you eat some cruciferous vegetables.
Broccoli and cauliflower and all
broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, which has lots of indoles. Then green tea is important. Bitter herbs, Ayurveda talks about bitter herbs. It's good for,
kapha, right? Kapha, breath.
Yeah. In general, for your lymphatic system, in general, for your blood purification. It's simple, like wheatgrass juice is also important. Onion, garlic, which has lots of sulfur. It also helps to, cleanse your liver. Make sure to eat lots of fiber. Yeah.
And also this is very good for women that are under menopause.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
All these recipes, all this food. Flaxseed also good for menopause women, right?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes. There are some spices also, Laura, like simple ginger, which is, when we talk about Agni and digestion, and especially for kapha, whenever there is kind of a stagnation. So it's very good. It's, and for pitta also, it's like, the inflammation. So it's ginger works as anti-inflammatory. It works as, it's more like digestive, and it will reduce the ama. Yeah. Then fenugreek. Do you know this spice?
Yes. I have that. Yeah. I drink fenugreek when after lunch.
Yes. So it is a bitter tonic. It works as a a diuretic. It purifies your blood. It is very good to lower your blood sugar. Not only that, but it helps for kapha. It helps for all rasa dhatu problems. So if you have any problem with any menstruation, with fibrocystic breast, with I think there is wonderful research on fenugreek and breast cancer also. Yeah, so definitely you should add that fenugreek seeds. Simple cumin, coriander, these have phytoestrogen. They are diuretic. They are kind of carminative. It's good for gas, bloating during breastfeed after delivery. It works as a galactagogue, so it means it improves. It's not only improves your breast milk, but it cleanses your breast milk. Yeah. So and fenugreek also, yes. Cumin, coriander seeds.
Coriander, yeah. Mm-hmm. Amazing.
Yeah, it works as an anti-inflammatory also. So turmeric, we all know it's how beneficial turmeric is, especially for your lymphatic system and for your inflammation. It purifies blood. So it's very good. All these simple things, if you add in your daily practice, it definitely helps for your prevention of any breast problems or breast cancer.
Perfect. Dr. Manish, I don't want to take more of your time, and just my last question.
Okay.
Can you combine allopathic medicine with Ayurveda for breast cancer treatment, for example? Can we combine?
Yes, we can, because when someone is taking any radiation therapy or any other modern medicines. So Ayurvedic herbs and treatments, especially, we always start with massages. Okay, so you should do self massage at home, or you can receive any professional massage, because there are same neurotransmitters on your skin and in your brain. So whenever if someone is having especially cancer or any other problem, they are more fearful, it's more stress, and they are so we need to calm down their nervous system. That's number one. In order to calm down your nervous system, self-massage is really important, because if you put this warm, oil, which is more nourishing, relaxing, rejuvenating, and so that helps to your nervous system to calm down. Okay, so it's definitely that works. And as well as some herbs which has more calming action to your nervous system. Some adaptogens you can use. It's like ashwagandha, or which has more nervine tonics, shankhapushpi, brahmi, all those things. So that will calm down your nervous system, as well as we need to work on the lymphatic system. And so there are some, as I told you earlier, some you can use aromatherapy, which is very simple. Anyone can use that during with the modern treatment. And you can make some changes in your diet. You can as well as add some these simple spices. And we do some kind of, I won't say panchakarma, that's mostly for prevention, but when you ask, that's during when they take the modern treatments or modern medicine. So what we can do, so we can work on diet, we can work on their spices, we can work on their some lifestyle changes, we can work on their guide them which kind of exercise or what they can do. And so yoga postures and meditation, it's breathing, pranayama, all these other things you can do simultaneously. It's wonderful results you will see, because it's a holistic approach. So we need to work on that detoxification, we need to work on the lymphatic system, and the bottom line is how you can improve your immune system. That is important. So this is like a holistic approach, and you can do simultaneously while you are taking any modern treatment or any modern medicine. And in general, means that's what the Ayurvedics talk about, how we can improve your quality of life. Yeah, whenever you have anxiety, whenever you have fear, whenever so all these other things will really helpful.
They will give you emotional support.
It is important,
because you are fearful, you are full of questions, and you are with fear. Then to calm the nervous system.
Yeah.
A very important thing to do, right?
And these are simple things, but they really work.
It's what I see in Ayurveda, Dr. Manisha, that sometimes, we complicate ourselves so much trying to find the most complicated treatment or something. And I don't know, just to put some raisins on the water, for example, and leave it that overnight and drink it in the morning, it will help with your hot flushes.
Oh, yes.
Something very simple, but we are not used to the simple things.
Yes. Yeah.
It's amazing. And that's what I love from Ayurveda, because we tend to think that it's so difficult, but now it's just, to use, it's just common sense. Use your vegetables, use your fruit, use your spices, use yoga, meditation, emotional, and to keep your body and your mind.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Manisha. It's been amazing, this information.
It's a lot to talk. Maybe we will continue this subject, because it's a vast subject.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is a vast subject. This is maybe one of the many that we can, many interviews, Dr. Manisha. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And, gracias a todos ustedes por haber estado en este segmento del Entre Nos. Le agradezco en el alma a la doctora Manisha porque de verdad hay una información muy valiosa. Y a todos ustedes por seguir el Entre Nos de Sattwa. Muchas gracias. Namaste.